Hola clase, vamos a leer una escuela internacional en México y discutimos las preguntas. So I'm going to go through and read this with you. Then we're going to go over the questions, and maybe at the end there will be something important. So we'll see. Una escuela internacional en Mexico. The following pages are from the student handbook for Colegio Internacional. Now, hopefully you read my little note. An international school is a school usually in a big city in another in a country that usually is bilingual or may even serve students with many different languages. And it's often a school designed around the idea of serving kids of people who are diplomats, who are ambassadors, um, expats, like people who come over for a business, that kind of thing. Like Honda in Marysville brings 3 Japanese executives over basically every so many years. And their kids obviously when they get here may not speak that much English. So there is a benefit to having schools like this where people who know they're going to be moving a lot because of jobs, their kids can go to a school and maybe have a little bit more consistency in terms of the language of their education. All right, Manuel del Estudiante. By the way, these schools are open to people in the area as well because they want to mix. So, student manual. There's a testimonial here that says, A mí me gustan mucho el Colegio Internacional. Las clases son muy buenas. Los maestros son trabajadores y muy inteligentes. Y los estudiantes son súper simpáticos. Siempre tenemos que trabajar mucho, pero ¿dónde no? Y también en la escuela hay muchas actividades después de las clases. Es una escuela excelente. So she says me gusta, meaning she likes the school. She says the classes are muy buenas, they're very good. The teachers are trabajadores, hardworking y inteligentes. She says the students are super simpáticos, which are nice. She says they always tenemos que, there's that we have to work, trabajar mucho, pero donde no, like, but where don't you? Y también hay muchas actividades. There's lots of activities after classes. Es una escuela excelente. So that's their front page. And then you go to the next page, and they have the requisitos para graduarse de bachillerato. Now, you might not know in bachillerato, but requisitos hopefully looked a little bit like requirements. Graduarse, graduate. Bachillerato is the name of the program. You could think of it like graduating high school, but it's more of a, you get almost a like higher level from being at this kind of school. A continuación, los requisitos para graduarse con los dos certificados, el certificado mexicano y el certificado estadounidense. So these are the requirements, and you would be able to essentially say you have a diploma both as a Mexican diploma and as a United States diploma. So you'd be good in either country. That's the idea of the bachillerato. All right. So they have the name of the clase and they have número de unidades. So the cores, which would be English, Spanish in their case, because it's a Mexican school, math and science all have 4 units. Social Sciences of Mexico have 1 unit, and then Social Sciences, Ciencias Sociales, has 3 units. Historia de México is 1 unit. Geografía de México is 1 unit. Derecho, which if you went down to here, you saw that was law, 1 unit. You could think of that kind of as government. Computación, hopefully you guessed computers, 0.5. Educación física, physical ed, phys ed, 0.5. Desarrollo humano, human development, think kind of on the order of health, but with maybe a more mental health or character development base as well, 1 unit. Optativas are electives or like choice classes, 2 units. So you have to have 27 units total. Some of you may have noticed these commas and thought that was a misprint. It is not. In Spanish, they use commas where we would use decimals, and they use decimals where we would use commas. So, for example, if you say 1,000, instead of writing 1 comma 000, they write 1.000. And when you say $2.37, they write 2 comma 37. It's just a choice of the languages. Okay, so if you look at your questions, obviously your name went first and you get a point for that. Then you had how many units of Inglés did you need? So if you went over here, you find Inglés and you see cuatro. So hopefully you picked cuatro. ¿Cuántas unidades de español? Español, also cuatro, because it's a bilingual school. ¿Cuántas unidades de computación? Computación, 0.5. I did the point because I knew that's what you'd be more familiar with. ¿Cuántas unidades de ciencias sociales? Now, I was asking just ciencias sociales, not de Mexico. So, 3. Okay? And the last one asks you to compare, ¿cómo compara al Colegio Mohawk? How does this compare? How does it compare to Mohawk School? Puedes contestar en inglés. You can answer this one in English. I expect at least 2 to 3 sentences in English explaining, like, what's the same, what's different, do you think one's harder than the other, etc. Okay? Alrighty, and you needed one more piece of information, which is you have homework. And so your homework has, you guessed it, a password. And your password is Feliz Navidad. Do, 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 do. Feliz Navidad. Do, do, do. Feliz Navidad. Do, 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 do. Y prospero año nuevo. Okay, I lost my rhythm here. Navidad. N-A-V-I-D. That's a terrible D, but it's a D. A-D. One more time. N-A-V-I-D-A-D. The N does need to be capitalized. So Navidad is your password to get into your U2L1 habilidades tarea. Hopefully you understood this. If you have questions, of course, pregúntame. Otherwise, buena suerte. Adios.